What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to yet the 30th episode of Aspire to Inspire. I am so stoked to have Zariyah Gibson on our virtual platform today. She started her acting career at just 9 years old, and by 11, she booked a series regular on the Urban Flix TV show, Vicious. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her to our virtual stage. I'm so excited to see her, you guys. Hi, Zariyah. What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. First off, like I said before, I just want to thank you for joining Aspire to Inspire. We interview young actors, kind of just any and everyone who's in the entertainment industry. And we just wanted to share your story. Hopefully you may have something inspiring. You may want to talk about things that you're a part of. And oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to have you. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So we're just going to dive into this interview without anything to hold us back, really. I just wanted to hear from you and just start this conversation from one girl to another. So as an opener, feel free to tell us who you are. Who is Zariyah Gibson and what are you about? What do you do?
Well, I'm Zariyah Gibson. I am 11 years old. I do acting and cheerleading, and I just started learning the guitar.
Really? The guitar? How long have you been doing that?
For a little bit, like
okay,
kind of long, but not that long.
Okay, cool. And it's so important for actors to learn like new skills and stuff. Yes. You're supposed to do like various different things, whether that's like playing the guitar. Cheerleading is also a great training tool to have. So yeah, that's really exciting to learn about the guitar. I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. All right, let's move on. You know, many people believe that acting is an overnight success. Like you're in a movie, oh my gosh, how'd they get there? They don't really know the hard work that goes into it. So what was your transition of being an aspiring actress saying, oh my gosh, I want to be on TV one day to actually doing it? Can you talk a little bit about it?
Well, acting is definitely hard work. I had to attend like a bunch of acting classes, and I still do attend acting classes. And I have like a ton of auditions, and like it's just like super fun to just like experience like everything.
It is. So yeah. With all the auditions that you've done, would you say it's like a lot of no's than there are yeses?
There are definitely just like you're in the industry, there is going to be a lot more no's than yeses.
Yes. And I think with that being said, you know, you should be proud of the things that you do book because like you said, there is a lot of no's before the yes, but you're so fortunate to book a series regular on UrbanFlix TV show. So if you could just share some advice for people who may be struggling within the industry, who's, you know, been told no so many times, what's your advice for those people?
My advice for those people is to try your best, and with a lot of hard work and dedication, success will eventually come to you.
Yes. Well said. Very wise. You're 11, right?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Success will come to those who try hard. That is so true. But, you know, going back to you booking a series regular role, could you walk me through the day when you received the news that, oh my gosh, I booked a series regular role for a TV show? Could you talk a little bit about what that was like and what were you feeling in that moment?
So when I first heard the news, I was actually on vacation I think it was for spring break, I believe. My mom had got a phone call from my agent saying that I booked the role. And when she told me, I was like so excited. I was speechless. I couldn't even say anything. My best friend and her mom, they were like so excited for me, and I was just like speechless. I didn't know what to say.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's so amazing to like, even though we face so many auditions, we're told no all the time, but just to find a yes or just to receive a yes and to be wanted for something like that, like for a TV show, that's definitely something to be proud of. And I'm pretty sure you worked really, really hard for that. And we're here, you know, at Aspire to Aspire, we just want to say congratulations. And
thank you.
Honestly, it can only go up from here, honestly.
Definitely.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. But let's talk about for aspiring actors, okay? Let's kind of switch the table. Booking a role is definitely amazing. That's something we should all be proud of, no matter what type of job it is. But it is challenging. So, why do you think it's important for actors or actresses, those who are beginning with acting, to not give up when they don't hear yes when they want to?
I think it's important to not give up, because if you give up, you're never gonna know what happens if you kept trying. But if you gave up, you're just gonna be lost, and you'll never know what happened.
It's that uncertainty. Like,
Yes.
you know that saying that goes, you never know until you try, basically.
Yeah.
And what if you say like no, or what if you say, oh, I'm not going to do it? Like, what if that role opens another door for you to audition in front of these casting directors for this show? Maybe you didn't seem fit for this one, but they saw you fit for another one. So I
Yeah.
think, what you were saying is super, super key, which is to keep going regardless of whatever it is and to stay consistent, right?
Yes.
Most definitely, most definitely. So let's transition from you booking the role to your acting career. I'm pretty sure you did not just have a series regular role. You've also been in some commercials, some music videos. So I ask you, what has been your proudest accomplishment within your acting career?
My proudest accomplishment was actually the show, because it was my first big role, and like I just started acting like not that long ago, and so to book a series regular, it was a huge step for me.
And you say it's a huge step for you. What do you mean by that?
I mean, because I used to do just background stuff, just super small stuff. But to go from a background to a series regular, it definitely surprised me that I can like just take that big step.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of actors, when they start out, they start with, background. And that's really to help you get a sense of how things are done on set, how you operate, how everything moves really quick. But to jump from background all the way to series regular, that's a huge leap of faith. Not just a leap of faith, but that is something to be truly, truly proud of, because you're learning so much. I'm pretty sure you learned so much from being a series regular on a TV show. So I ask you this, Zariyah, what were some major lessons that you learned while on set and being a series regular?
Some lessons that I learned was that like you're never going to get it right the first time. So just make sure that you keep trying. Just keep trying, keep trying. If like it may take like 1,000 tries for you to get it, but like you have to keep trying until you get it, basically.
Yeah. And again, you got to be consistent and never be afraid to be told no or to adjust something, right? As actors, we got to be able to take direction well and not be offended all the time. And I love how you said that it's important to just keep going, right? And you're not going to get it perfect the first time. That was very well said, because I'm a perfectionist. I don't know about you. I am a huge perfectionist, and you can be a bit hard on yourself sometimes, especially say if you're doing an audition and you say a line wrong and you're just like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I say it like that? Let me do it again. Let me do it again. You ever felt that way during an audition? Yes.
Definitely.
You know what I'm talking about. Right. So it's just so important to know that it's okay to mess up. You're not going to get it right the first time. But, with openness, being able to take direction, they'll steer you in the right direction and you'll get it right eventually. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So we're kind of transitioning off from all the positive things we get from acting. And let's just talk about the other side. So if you can tell me a moment in your career that you experienced a setback. Now that setback could be like you're not receiving as much auditions like you used to, or you didn't get this role that you really wanted, but you worked so hard for. So tell me a moment that you experienced that, and how did you overcome that?
A setback for me was actually the pandemic because I started acting like right before the pandemic hit. So, and before it hit, I was getting like a lot of auditions, like they're mostly like in-person auditions. So when the pandemic hit, I was doing like self-tape auditions, and I was really confused because at first I had basically no idea what that was. But I did acting classes. I actually started acting classes in the pandemic. So acting classes actually really helped me like get like know what's happening basically.
Right, right. And with taking acting classes, you said at first you didn't know much about, like a self-tape and things along those lines, but with training, of course, you're going to know so much more about it because that's what it takes for, to receive these type of roles, to audition properly. You have to do self-tapes. And I, for one, I can definitely say that this pandemic shook everyone to the core,
Yeah.
especially, I believe, actors. The audition process has changed. The way that we can't do in-person auditions basically anymore. I mean, everyone should be vaccinated and that can be intertwined in a way. But, coming in person for auditions is kind of like a no-no. Everything's done like Zoom, like virtually, like this, right? So
Yes.
I just think that it's so crazy that the entertainment industry is always changing, right? There's always something new that we have to adapt to, and it's always something new that comes about eventually. So this kind of leads me into my next question. As a result of the entertainment industry changing, we have to adapt to self-tapes. We got to learn how to have the right framing and the lighting and all that type of stuff. How has it affected your acting career? Have you been able to learn more? Did you learn something that you didn't realize then that you use now? Could you talk a little bit about that?
I now realize that with self-tape auditions, I didn't realize how like basically perfect they have to be. Like, you can do like amazing acting, like it could be like off the charts amazing. But like, let's say your lighting is bad. If your lighting is bad, the casting directors may not want you for the role anymore just because of your lighting. So I realized that I have to take it. I have to take the lighting and like all my background stuff more seriously as much as I take the acting.
Well said. Very well said. And I think everyone, especially if you want to get into acting or want to know about acting, and I really thank you so much for sharing this because this is so important. Just learn the basics of a self-tape because a lot of things go into it, right? Like,
Yes.
like you said, lighting. If your lighting isn't good, what are the odds that they're going to pick you for the role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if like they can't hear you? Or if you're too loud on the self-tape, when you're setting up with the camera, what if you're too loud? Or what if your reader is too low? There's so many kinks that goes into it. And honestly, it drives me insane. But it's all for a successful audition, right?
Yes, definitely.
Honestly, what would you say is one of the most annoying things about self tapes? I think you have some.
I do not like self tape. Honestly, I prefer in person auditions.
Mm-hmm.
So the one of the most annoying things for me is basically like having to just retake it over and over and over again. Like if you just like mess up on one line within a person audition, you can just like do it once and like maybe twice or three times, and like you can be done with it. Like you may make a few mistakes, but it's already over, so you can't really do anything about it. But with the self tape, you will literally have to just do it like maybe like 1,000 times over and over again.
That's so true. You don't know how many times, with self tapes. I'm laughing because I agree with you so much that you mess up the last line and you're doing so good and you mess up that one line and you're just like, gotta start over, gotta do it
That
all over
happens
again.
so many times.
It's just, it's so annoying. It is so annoying. But we all have to adapt to it now because that's kind of where we are right now. That's how people can see us audition, and that's how we could possibly get the role, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. And that's especially what we want. So again, Zariyah, thank you so much for sharing your insight about self-tapes and how it works. Thank you so much.
Your problem.
Okay, so I like to ask this question to all of my guests. This is kind of just like where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years into the future? Where do you desire to be? So Zariyah, I know you're an actress. You also like cheerleading and playing the guitar. You just started. Where do you see yourself within the entertainment industry 5 to 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself?
5 to 10 years, I would like to have like my own show, like on like a major network, like maybe Netflix or Disney Channel or one of those, because those two are my favorite streaming sites things.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also like to maybe like learn like a lot more on the guitar. I don't sing, but I would definitely like love to professionally play the guitar.
Oh, wow. Yes. Like I said before, I love learning new things, especially during the pandemic. We all had the opportunity of like being forced to do something with our lives. You know what I mean? Not just sitting around watching TV, which honestly is nothing wrong with that. I love watching TV. But at the same time, we were forced to learn new things. And just to take the initiative to pick up a guitar and to start playing and learning, that just shows dedication, willing to try new things. And I think that's just so important for, just a character within itself, for someone to take the initiative to start something and to learn something that they don't really know about, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, yes. So, girl, I like to ask this question because you never know what happens 5 to 10 years in the future. You can star in your very own television show for Nickelodeon, Disney Plus, anything is possible. So I like to ask that question because I like my guests to know that, you can reach the limits with whatever you want in your life. And if that's what you want, definitely go after it, Zariyah. Go after it.
Yes, right, definitely.
Exactly, right. So without further ado, this is my last question for you. I really don't want to end this interview because I enjoy hearing from actors and just people who are doing the craft and love the craft. But at the same time, I don't want to keep you for too long because I know you probably have things to do. But Zariyah, I ask this question to all my guests. This is kind of like the closer, how this platform that I created is for actors like you to share your insight, share what you got going on with your life, to share, your inspiring journey of doing background and now doing series regular work. That's a huge jump. And here at Aspire to Aspire, we just really want to say congratulations, awesome job. Continue.
Thank you.
Of course, yes, continue doing what you're passionate about because we're here to support creativity. And without further ado, Zariyah, I'm just going to bring you here real quick because I love to have my guests front and center for this question. So Zariyah, how do you desire to use your very own platform to inspire others?
To use my platform, I would like to let them know, like I like to let everybody know that however old you are, like whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can maintain school and like your activities. And I have all A's and I still worked on set with the show. So if I can do it, then so can anybody else.
Wow. Well said, Zariyah. Well said. And I think it's beautiful that at such a young age, you already accomplished so much. And you're 11. I mean, the sky is literally the limit for you. And all I say is just congratulations. Keep going. Keep dreaming big. You want to be that Disney star, that Nickelodeon star. You definitely will be in due season. So Zariyah, thank you so much for joining Aspire to Inspire. I enjoyed talking to you. I hope you had a blast on this platform.
I did. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, no problem. And I hope you have great memories here. Just know you're welcome back at any time. And for our viewers out there, thank you so much for watching Aspire to Inspire. More interviews are coming to you guys real soon. Zariyah, thank you so much. And until next time, guys, bye.
Bye.